Thanks. So let's do some quick, like a ice-breaking game. And I will start with a question. Okay, if you can transform into an animal, what will it be? So if you have a choice, you transform into an animal. Okay, let me start by rolling the ball. So if I got the opportunity to transform, probably I think I will choose the dinosaur. And with a slight twist with sound of a cat. So just imagine as big as dinosaur, and it sounds like meow, meow. So it's very fun. So yeah, so there is a lot of things you can do with dinosaur and so on. Okay, let's put the question to the floor. Maybe Georgie, do you want to try? You can come in. So if you got the opportunity,
If I have an opportunity, I will become a bird because I can fly around. I want to go here, then I can just go there, go here, travel around the world, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. It's like to see bird view of something and so on. Yeah, just
Thank you.
Anyone else want to try? Maybe Liam? Yes. Let's call the president.
For me, I thought of bird, but since your children want to become a bird due to the freedom that we have, then I will choose another animal, which is dog, because dog, right? Dog has very sensitive feeling and they know people very well. And I hope I can be a dog to understand everyone's feeling. And when you have story to tell, you can always tell me, and I will be a good listener to you.
Can I see the overview of the online audience? Maybe we can count online audience. Okay, probably we can start with Manisha Lee. Okay, everyone is fine with okay, sir. Manisha, are you there? Is the mic is mute? No, I was. No.
Okay, can you hear?
So, yeah. So, icebreaker question. So, the question is this: if you got a opportunity to transform into an animal, what animal it will be?
If I can be an animal, I think I would like to be dinosaur because my kids love dinosaurs. And I feel that dinosaur is a quite special animal, even though it's extinct now. But people remember them forever, you see. No matter kids or adults, there are surely people who love dinosaur. And dinosaurs are quite resilient, although they're extinct now. They are quite special and also mysterious. So I would like to be a dinosaur if I can transform myself into an animal. Thank you.
Dad, Chong, are you there? There's Chong. He might be busy. Okay. Now when we go to the floor, maybe one more you want to try?
Hello everyone. So if I can transform into an animal, what animal I want to be? I want to be an elephant. So the other day I was just speaking with my daughter, and she was asking about elephants. So I was telling her that elephant is like everybody is scared of elephants. So I'm not sure if you all watched the movie where all the other animals will go like kneel down to the elephant. So my daughter was asking, what are we calling lion as the king of the jungle? I was like, why? Because I was telling her that even lions and tigers are scared of elephants. So I think they are really a very magnificent creature. So I want to be an elephant. Thank you.
Yeah, Tom, are you there? Because okay, we go to the floor again. Maybe Shazmi, you want to? Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Where is the pen? Oh, okay. If I were to give a choice, ladies and good evening, I think I want to try my luck as a bat, a BAT. And why is that? Because it's a famous philosophy paper written by a man called Nagel. He said, what is it like to be a bat? Because they don't see like us. They apply, they see, they sense the world using echolocation. I just can't imagine what it's like, you know. They don't see like this. I just want to experience that once. So I like to be a bat, but I will.
All right, I think everyone kind of warm up. Okay, let's move to the outro before we further into the agenda. Can I get? Okay, there is three outro, and I hope everyone can adhere to these three outro. First, keep the phone on silent, and for online audience, mute your microphone when you are not speaking. And for online attendees as well, or members, if let's say you want to speak, pin the video of timer so you know what's the time. And as well, for the physical audience, when someone doing speech, try to minimize distractions like speaking or anything like that, so that we can respect the person who's speaking. And that's all for me. So I will pass the control to the Toastmaster, I mean, to the president, the
much to our sergeant at arms for today. He's also our incoming sergeant at arms, and KPTC didn't select the wrong essay for next term. We can see he has done a very good job, a lot of preparation, I believe, for this ice breaking section. For me, a lot of people will think this section is not important, we don't really prepare, but today we have seen really, I'm very happy with this great improvement. From the first day, you know, you said you dare not to speak in front of people until today. You speak in front of people, be confident. Very happy to see your achievement and your growth in KBTT. And a very good evening to all KBTC members. Our guests today, we have Jess and we have well, just now we see Sabrina on the line with us, Jess on the line with us. Visiting Toastmasters, we have Lawrence from MINTJ. And we have KBTC supporter, distinguished Toastmaster, Jonathan. Toastmaster Club. Thank you for joining us today. It's our pleasure to have all of you here in our meeting today. And the theme for our meeting today is My Hero. I believe each and every one of you, you have someone that you admire the most. And for me, my heroes in my life is always my parents, especially my father. My father, his life has never been easy, especially when my grandfather passed away when my father was as young as 9 years old. And he has a total of 9 siblings in the family, plus him, a total of 10 people, and my grandmother, a total of 11 people. He didn't get the chance to continue his study, but started to come out to work in a rubber plantation. He carried the heavy responsibility to make sure every day his elder sisters, he has one elder brother and a lot of younger sisters and brothers, have food on the table every day, and he ensured his siblings to have at least basic educations. And even after he's married, he had to raise up a total of 6 of us. I have 5 siblings, including myself, 6 of us, and my mom, she's a housewife. So he carried a very big responsibility, and he's truly my hero because throughout his life, he had a lot of people, and some of them, even my uncle and auntie, they are now a very successful businessman, and even now we go on, we come out to work. Because my father He's really a hero in my heart that no one can replace. And because of my father, I become someone who is independent, responsible, and importantly, I become someone who is not only able to take care of us, but also others. So I hope today everyone here, you can also be someone amazing like my father. You can take care not only yourself, but also the people around you. Do your best in every role that you are playing in your life. Be a responsible son or daughter to your parents. Be the best employees or boss for your people. Be the best parents for your children and live with no regrets. And you can also be the hero to someone and leave legacy in someone. With that, I like to move on this meeting and hand over to one of the heroes of KBTC, who is our Toastmaster of the day, who is also the Vice President of Public Relations for Digital.
Hello, how are you everyone? Good. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are ready to enjoy our meeting tonight. Okay, and it's a very good turnout today. We have 13 people in the physical room, and have 8 people in Zoom. That's very good. All right, thank you for joining us. And to start, KBTC President, fellow Toastmasters, again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Toastmasters meeting number 409. It is my pleasure to be your Toastmasters of the evening. All right. Our meeting today is hero. Okay. Hero is someone who have the strength and bravery to overcome any obstacle. Hero can be your father, like the young said just now, parent, your mentor, your colleague, or maybe your own self. You can be your own hero and you can become a role model to other person. Okay. Now I would like to share with you a brief history of Toastmasters International. Okay, Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization. The first Toastmasters Club was found in the basement of YMCA Santa Ana, California in 1924 by this person, Dr. Rob C. Bentley. There are around more than 200,000 members worldwide and around more than 15,000 clubs in 150 countries. KBTC, our club, is now ADC 5 under Division C. Nature is currently in District 102. Okay, in over 15,000 clubs, the Toastmasters mission is only one. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters International's education system have 11 pathways. So for the guest today, if you want to know more about the pathways, you can approach to one of our EXCO members to know more. Right? Next, with the pathway. Okay, this is 11 pathway in Toastmasters. Okay, we have different pathway to which if you sign up as our members, you can choose which pathway you want to be in and which suit your needs and maybe your profession. Right? Next. Okay, the benefit of joining Toastmasters is not only to improve public speaking, but we have the benefit is to build leadership skill, maximize your potential, enjoy unlimited personal growth. In Toastmasters, we have unlimited avenue to improve yourself. We have not only club meeting, we have contests, and we also have a sharing session with other clubs, and it's unlimited opportunity of learning. Work on that team in a small and supportive environment, which you can have a very wide of networking, people from other club, and practice writing speeches and presenting in a group. You can practice writing while you're doing your speech assignment. Gain a competitive advantage in your workplace. This is very important because Toastmasters is not only develop your personal growth, but it will benefit your profession. And last but not least, build self-confidence and self-awareness. Next. Now, KBTC history. Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club was established in 2005. At that time, I was 19 years old. Okay, this year is our 17th anniversary of KBTC. Our mission is we learn, we speak, and we live. We normally conduct our meeting in English, and the Mandarin will come into picture during table topic, speech assignment, and evaluation section. The best part about joining KBTC is the club members can have the exposure for this two language. Right? Okay, before I proceed, this is our members education pathway. Okay, this is the progress of our club members so far. The red color one is the progress of our members, and the blue color, which is the totally the five members. The five speakers will be doing will be delivering their speech tonight. Right. Okay. Today we are going to have a very special meeting because we have 5 speakers who will be delivering their speech. It's like a speech marathon, right? Okay. So there's no table topic session. And second session is evaluation session. Evaluation is a breakfast for champion, where we have our evaluators who will be evaluating and give their honest and constructive feedback to the speakers. And they will point out the improvement, the room of improvement for the speakers to improve in their next speech. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, may I now have our beloved role players to explain their role. Let's start with grammarian. May I now invite Toastmasters Melati to explain her role. Over to you, Melati.
Thank you, Shazmir. Well, as a grammarian, I shall note the good use of the language and also point out the grammatical error used during the meeting. The word of the day is legacy. The meaning of this word is money or property that you receive from someone after they die. The example of the sentence is Greeks have rich legacy of literature. When the speaker used the word of the day, I'll need to request everyone to cooperate with me, whereby for those who are in Zoom call, please show the clap reaction in Zoom call. And for those who are in the physical meeting, of course, it would be good to give a clap as well. So as soon as when you hear the word of the day, this is what you have to do. You're encouraged to use the word of the day as frequent as you could in this meeting, and I will count how frequent this word has been used. Prior to the conclusion of the meeting, I shall give my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melati. Now may I now invite our counter for today, which is Toastmaster Ishwan. Over to you.
Yeah, hi everyone. The purpose of the art folder is to note the necessary words They are used as transport popular by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen and call for words or phrases that you feel necessary, such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sound may also include come, turn, and earth. I will also note when the speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or it means it. I shall give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusman. Now I will invite our timer for today, which is Toastmasters Nicholas.
Hello, everyone. As a timer, I will monitor and keep on track of the time throughout the meeting. So our time, the speaker for today, today we will only do a formal speech. There's no table topics. So I will also alert each speaker of the time that they have left with a green, with a green card, yellow, and red cards. Alright, which denote the specific time. Hence, fellow Toastmaster and guests, you are urged to deliver your speech within the stipulated time. I shall give the report by end of.
Thank you, Nicholas. And this meeting will not be successful without our general evaluator. Our GE for today is from a MIMPJ Toastmasters Club. He is currently the Vice President Education of MIMPJ Toastmasters Club and elected President for this new term. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me, Presentation Mastery Level 3, Lawrence Lau.
Thank you, PME. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. As a general evaluator, I suppose to evaluate the meeting from start to the end. And besides that, I'm also be conducting the evaluation session, whereby I invite the speech evaluator to come out to do their report, and also the technical evaluator to come out to do the report. So you wait for my report during the end of the session. So over to you.
Thank you, DE. Now, are you ready to lend your ears to listen to all the speech by the speaker? Yes or not? Okay. Okay. Before that, for the benefit of guests, the prepared speech is actually the project delivered in the Toastmasters meeting. It is actually a part of the pathway which I presented just now. We have 11 pathways in Toastmasters, and at the end of the session, the speaker's performance will be evaluated by the evaluator. All right. Now, the first speaker. The first speaker for tonight is Joji, who will be delivering his icebreaker level 1, project 1 from the Visionary Communication Pathway. Before I call upon the speaker, let me introduce him. Joji is an engineer previously working in Top Glove. He is a very nice son, which he is currently helping his parents selling car spare parts in Klang. The reason he joined Toastmasters is to improve his confidence and to communicate for the benefit of his business. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together and welcome Joji. Joji, myself, Joji. The stage is yours.
A very good evening, everyone. Evening. Today I will be giving my very first Toastmaster speech about myself, Yoji. So I actually have a very special name. My aunt is not the same as any other Chinese people aunt. My aunt actually is as forward A-U-N-G. So let me share a story. Actually, I am really a Chinese, but in my company, actually there is two friends of mine. They are actually foreign workers and they share the same family name as me. So apparently I am a Myanmarese. But this is because actually my parents, they say during my great grandfather, when they came here in Malaysia, they actually registered it wrongly. So that's how I get my name, and it has since become a legacy for my family. So every time back, I still remember when I was a fresh graduate and I still searching for a job. I need to specifically mention that I am a local Chinese because people will call me and ask, hey, are you a Chinese? You are really Chinese? Yeah, so are you really local? They will ask. Yeah, so I need to mention to them. Yeah. And then my given name, Joji Wise, it is actually translated from Japanese sound of my Chinese name because both of my parents they know Japanese so hence this is how I get my name a bit special. And then my occupation wise, think you all have heard already. Thanks Jasmine for the wonderful introduction. I am actually currently just helping my family for selling past spare part at Klang. But my role is more on sourcing spare part and procurement side. So usually I travel around Malaysia to source cheap spare part. Maybe sometimes I travel overseas also. Yeah, get cheap thing. So if anyone break down or actually I joined Toastmaster is to improve my public speaking skill and my fluency of my speech. I would like to take this opportunity to thank a friend of mine, not here, Wani, who is a Toastmaster in Tokyo Club. She is the one who introduced me to Toastmaster. So I would like to thank Lian also. Thank you for guiding and encouraging me to join. So really thank you. Okay, now my hobby wise, actually I like to play badminton a lot. Badminton because since I was little, my dad usually bring me to play badminton with him together. Even until now, I still sometimes maybe lesser already but sometimes I still play with him and his friend for badminton session, and it has since become a bonding activity between me and him. So I really think badminton is a wonderful sport and it helped me to connect with other people also. And on one occasion also, when I joined outsiders group for badminton session, because that time I was wearing my engineering shirt and then one uncle noticed me wear engineer shirt, and then he asked whether I'm interested to join his company. But unfortunately that time I am not looking for a job. So I really think that what badminton really helped me to know new people and yeah. So before I end my speech, I would like to share a phrase that I like a lot, which is it's the little thing that matter in life. How many of us now constantly chasing for new thing, new car, wanting to show off ourselves, wanting to comparing us to other people, then we forget to really take a step back and then to appreciate what we have right now. Because after I draft my speech, I really found out that I really have a lot to be grateful for, especially my job, my family, my friends, and even the chance to speak here right now. So I am really grateful, and I hope everyone can be grateful for the things in life also. That's all for my speech. Thank you. Thank you, Joji. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Joji. Okay. Well, thank you for completing his icebreaker speech. For the first time, during he delivered the speech, very confident, and I really salute you.
Joji. And now we know that you are the Vietnamese and we know the origin of your name. I'm Joji. Okay. Alright. So now we move to next speaker. Our second speaker for tonight is Angie Chan, who will be delivering a level 1 project 4 from the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. Before I call upon the speaker, let me introduce her. Angie Chan works as a lab technician and she is the elected president of KBTC for the new term. She joined Toastmasters with the goal to overcoming her shyness to communicate in the workplace. She is eager to learn and develop her leadership ability. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pronounce it clearly. Let us welcome Angie Chan, Diabetes Mellitus. Diabetes Mellitus, Angie Chan, over to you.
For my project, I will like to introduce about mellitus diabetes. Okay, you guys know what is diabetes mellitus? It's the short form for DM. So what is diabetic mellitus? Diabetic is a metabolism disease involved in properly evaluated the glucose level. That means it's about our blood sugar is high. A disease in which the body does not control amount of glucose in blood and kidney, make a large amount of urine. This disease occurs when the body does not make enough insulin or does not use it the way it should be. Why I'm going to talk about this topic because, as you can see, in 2019, 5 people in Malaysia, 1 will have diabetes. You can see how important we know about EM. And about 3.9 million people aged 18 and above are going to have it. So for diabetes, we have few types. Do you know how many we have? Voice up. 4. Yes, correct. Which is the 4th type? First type, second type, gestational diabetes, and one more is impaired glucose tolerance and impaired fasting glycemia. So the first type is an autoimmune disease. Which your immune system attack, destroy insulin produced cell in your pancreas for unknown reason. Up to 10% of people have diabetic with type 1. It's usually diagnosed for children and young adults can be developed any age. So that means sometimes when the baby was born, it might have diabetes. So we have to, I think when you have a checkup for the baby, I think the nurse will help you to check out also. Second type, which is your body doesn't make any insulin or your cell doesn't respond normally for the insulin. That means called insulin resistant. This is the most common diabetic that everyone has. The third one is gestational
diabetes. Hyperglycemia with glucose, blood glucose value above normal but below the diagnosis of diabetic. Usually when pregnancy, we are more important for the checkup for the pregnancy that whether have the glucose or not. Even though last time they don't have, sometime when they have pregnancy, they might have. After the pregnancy, it might disappear. So it's important that for the pregnant lady, take care of the glucose when they get pregnant. The fourth is impaired glucose tolerance and impaired fasting glycemia. Impaired glucose tolerance and impaired fasting glycemia are intermediate conditions in the transition between normal and diabetic. And there are high risk for progressing to the type 2. That means it's an intermediate. So for the next, it is symptom. How do we know that we have this symptom? So there's a few. Increased thirsty, slowly healing the cut. That means when you cut, it's slow heal than other people. Higher motion blood, always go for urine. But weight loss. For the diagnosis, here we have a few diagnoses of diabetic mellitus. One is glucose level. That means you are using the blood to test. There's a few blood tests. One is random. That means anytime you can test the blood without fasting or blood random sugar. Fasting sugar we have, and then 2 hours glucose. That means we'll do fasting, and after that we will take a glucose drink. After 2 hours, we will examine again. Another test is a monitoring test. It's a HbA1c. Usually, for people that taking the medication, they have a monitoring around 3 months to half years. They will do this test to see the monitoring of the glucose in their body. Glucosamine. This is a factor because some blood of the patient is high. This blood cell is abnormality. So we can use the glucosamine to test it. So this is the range for the glucose, and we have a urine glucose test. Actually, is for our urine doesn't have any glucose or anything. It should be negative. Once it has, so you need to get a doctor advice. Don't scare. It doesn't mean that you get diabetes immediately. You have to be monitoring, and you don't think when the sugar is high, you'll be having a DM. You need a checkup and consult by a doctor. Complications. These are the complications that we have when you have got diabetes. Managing diabetic, monitor glucose. When you get it, you need to monitor it by daily, or you need to take medication. Besides that, some people need to take insulin also. Diet is most important thing, and exercise. For prevention, this is most important thing actually than others, because I really hope that people prevent, then you get and you need to take medication.
what you can do. In Malaysia, we are using baru. That means quarter. Now the food pyramid is different already. Now it's not the rice carbohydrate is the most, it's the vegetable than others. So we think exercise, stress, also one of it will make us also have diabetes. Not has to be enough sleep. Sleep is important. If someone is smoking, we need to quit his hand. And then this is the reference that I have. And the highlight that I'm doing now is the type of diabetic, simple diabetes, complicated, chronic diabetic, and prevention. That's all for my studies.
Thank you, Angie, for a very good sharing on diabetes. We actually have learned a lot from your sharing just now. Thank you. And our third speaker for tonight is Banu, who will be delivering a level 1 project for the effective coaching pathway. Before I call upon the speaker, let me introduce Banu. Banu is our club treasurer for this new term. Congratulations. She is a lovely mom and has 2 lovely kids. She works in IBM as an executive integration lead APAC Japan. What is so interesting about Banu, he is so passionate in hiking, traveling, and reading. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together to welcome Banu. My time management, Banu. The stage is yours.
Everyone, can you all hear me loud and clear? Yes. Very good evening, my dear fellow Toastmaster. Today, I'd like to present my topic for today, time management. I love busy and challenging lifestyle. And if you keep me free just for a few seconds, I'll get bored. And I know that you must be thinking, are you kidding me? No, I'm not. And I believe some of you probably exactly like me. So let me check on that. So when do you think you're the most productive? When you're busy or when you're free?
Busy.
Obviously. When you're busy, you are very productive. And when you're free, what happens? You won't even get half your things done. And that's exactly me. And now, first of all, let me share about my previous moment. So in 2016, 2017, I was doing my master in global business. So I was doing it as part-time because I was working full-time. And I still remember when I was doing my master, my final year, I had 3 benefit dependent projects. That is on top of my business as usual works. At the same time, my son had UPSR examinations and studies. Initially, I mentioned to you, I was doing a UK commentary program. It was very demanding and a challenging program. So as you can imagine, I had assignments, I had projects, I had debates, you name it, I have it all. So it was really, really crazy. And it's like things like my life just took a roller coaster ride. Work, studies, and family. Every aspect of my life wanted a piece of me. I was going crazy. Really, I couldn't take it. But initially, my first semester, I didn't do well at all. So, imagine the frustration, and that was my wake-up call. It's like a huge slap on my face. I got to plan and prioritize the time as effectively as possible. Basically, being aware of time management, like goal setting, prioritization, and of course, having self-discipline is so key. And I used to wake up as early as 4:30 a.m. and sleep as late as possible. Yeah, I know, it's very tiring. And that's not all. During the weekend, I will stay back after the class at the library, finishing up my assignment And when I go back home, there will be housework, I need to coach my son, the list goes on. And Joanne, can you please share my Eisenhower slide? And how do I prioritize my tasks with work, studies, and family? So basically, I use the Eisenhower matrix. So anyone here would like to guess in which quadrant that I focused first? Anyone? And also, like, online, if anyone wants to guess, can. Exactly. So I focus on the urgent and important tasks first, and then going on to the next quadrant and next quadrant. And if you're able to delegate or lead any of the tasks, then you lead, but a lot of times it's quite impossible. And I will always do a list the night before. Daily is something that I will do for my work, a list for work, a list for studies, and a list for personal. And it's all within the same document, so I am able to look at it and close in as much as possible. And in between, if I get spare time, I will look at the list and work on the pending items. And fast forward, with this plan of proper time management and prioritization, guess what? I made my legacy. I achieved through studies. I got a distinction in my master program. And in fact, I was nominated as valedictorian for my master batch. And for my work, for the 3 benefit retention projects I was talking about, it was a huge success. We made significant cost saving. That's too without compromising any of the benefit terms and conditions. That was really, really great. And that's not all. My son, he got 5A and 1B. Although I wish for 6A, but it was really great. And soon after my master, I moved to the role. It's a less demanding and challenging role. It is also a routine kind of role. And soon enough, I got bored. I was really feeling demotivated and very low. And that's when COVID hit us. So you can imagine how stressful that time was. So I know that I need to do something. So I enrolled in Toastmaster and I try to lead a healthy lifestyle. So I exercise regularly and hike frequently. That really helped me to de-stress and manage my time the most effective way as possible. Now that I know to another role, which is keeping me pretty much occupied, but I am conscious that no matter how busy and free I am, to be consistent. Cannot be doing this when I'm busy and taking a sweet time and break. So I have to be consistent. So I try to lead a healthy lifestyle and manage my time as effectively as possible. So I wake up by 6 a.m. and I try to exercise regularly, ensure that I lead a healthy lifestyle, and that's not all. I try to invest time in learning. Definitely try not to procrastinate. That's something I'm trying to break. So ladies, my dear fellow Toastmaster, no matter how busy or free you are, be conscious of the resource that you have and make use of it and as effectively as possible. As Charles Braxton once said, you can never find time for anything. One time you need to make. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Banu. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Banu for telling very inspirational story about her life. And I think your kids also should praise you as a hero. And we also should praise her as a hero. All right. So, our next speaker, the fourth speaker actually, is another NG of KBTC, which is NG Ng, who will be delivering her level 1 project from the presentation Mastery Pathway. For I call upon the speaker, let me introduce her. NG Ng has been working in pharmaceutical company for more than 2 decades. he looks forward for early retirement and hope to support the development of today's young people and our future generation. So kind of you, Angie. Ladies and gentlemen, Angie Ng, money or passion? Money or passion, Angie Ng. The same.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Are you working for money or are you working for passion? For those who work for money, please raise your hand. And for those who work for passion, please raise your hand. Thank you for your response. We have, you got that later. We have a very good response for both passion and money and passion is both very topics that every one of us is asking ourselves in the today's society. There's also an internal debate among us. You may find some of your parents, relatives, or even your friends tell you, be realistic and find a job that pays you well. You need to pay your bills. On the other hand, you actually get a response from your friends or even the TED Talk about successful, telling you, to be successful, you need to find your passion. Now you are confused, right? What do you want? Actually, you know what you want, but when Angie said this, now I don't know what I want. I will enlighten you with my summary that I've done for you later. And I hope at the end of my presentation, you will find the light at the end of the tunnel. Next slide. Money is a very powerful thing. It can make your life happy. It can make your life miserable. It can make your dream come true. And it can take your dream away. I have do a summary and hope that you can actually look at that and for you to have ponder on that. Scenario number one, you have money but no passion. Go to work every day, there's incentive, high salary, bonus that you chase for, but deep down inside you, empty. Scenario number two, you have passion, little money. You call this, you pursue your life with passion but not lucrative. I have a friend who is a film director. Can you imagine if you are a film director in Malaysia, how many successful film or movies that in Malaysia? At the end of the month, we go to the parents there and say, Mama, money, no money already, I need to buy something at the age of 40 plus. Can you imagine that? Scenario number three, whereby you can have both money and passion. Deep down inside you, there's something hidden beneath you for you to explore and exploding. These are all my heroes. Oprah Winfrey, to Michelle Yeoh, and Steve Jobs recently is during his one of his quotes say that the only way to do great work is to learn from you. Steve Jobs, it was a legacy. He changed the computer industry. He's also a billionaire. Imagine how much money he has. 10 billion USD, translate to 45 ringgit Malaysia. So much money. I'll go crazy planning for it. If you have billions, what are you gonna do? You can buy a big luxury house, 50 rooms perhaps. You can hire 30 chairs to cook for you, and you can ask Gordon and say, come work for me.
He will cook for you every week. Cannot every day, the Wellington beef die one day, okay? And luxury car, Porsche, Lamborghini. You can go around the world with a 6 stars accommodations, facilities. This is something that every one of us need. For me, both money and passion are equally important. I know that I wake up from my bed every day and I go to work. I have a purpose. The company that I work with in pharmaceutical line, and I can tell you a secret. I have been in the industry for more than 2 decades, more than 20 years, and I find a purpose in my life. I know the company that I work with, they have innovative medication, save people life. People live longer, healthier, and improve their health. I know that the effort that I put is worth, and it is a kind of satisfaction that I achieve. How about you? I believe that both money and passion are equally important. I have money that I can go for holidays, buy tickets at night, spend money on it, and I have passion. Both are equally important to me. How about you? Have you found your passion or your money? Or are you looking at both? For those who have found your passion and money, congratulations to you. For those who are yet to find your passion and money, don't worry. Keep finding and keep searching until you find it one day. Let me share with you. Kentucky Fried Chicken founder, Colonel Sanders. He found his success at the age of 65 years old. And with his signature of 11 spices and herbs. And the best part in Malaysia, life expectancy right now, currently, is at the age of 75 years old. Imagine if you found success at the age of 60 years old, you can have 15 years time to spend your money. Isn't it nice? But provided you are healthy. I am my presentation here. Thank you so much for listening. Over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much to our fourth speaker for today, Toastmaster and Jim, on behalf of our Toastmaster of the day who went for prayer. I'd like to help him to move on to our next speaker. And just now from Angie's speech, I believe everyone here will get a lot from the speech today, and I hope you have already found your passion and you have both patience and money with you. If you still cannot find your patience, do think about it and look for your patience. And now let's move on to our fifth speaker for today, who is also our last speaker for today. He is another hero to K. The next speaker, Karen, today he will be delivering presentation mastery level 2 project 4. Toastmaster Karen, standing on the shoulders of giants. Standing on the shoulders of giants.
1 year ago, I was standing on this very same stage, delivering my presentation. The memory was still very vivid. Imagine, even standing on this stage will invoke literally within me. When I spoke in my first speech, my heart was literally in my mouth, pounding so fast. What I wanted to do was just to finish my speech and vanish from the spotlight and return to the comfort where everyone is sitting right now. So they pretty summarized how my speaking experience was as a 40 day. Let's fast forward. 1 year has passed. In fact, more than 1 year has passed as Toastmasters. I did have very high achievement, but I had achieved very small things along this journey. So today, I'm still standing on the same stage, but I'm able to articulate clearly to the crowd, able to deliver my speech. In fact, today is my number 7 speech. How did this happen? How did this transformation happen? Personal effort, Wow, there's no doubt about it. I didn't go to extent into put effort. But there's another very essential contributor to who I am today. Is the mentor, the giants, the great speakers that I crossed paths in this Toastmaster journey. And today, I would like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to my mentors. In fact, all of you are my mentors, like Jan, Mr. Siwa, and everyone here, in fact. But today, in the limited time, I can only pay tribute to two mentors and lady first. I'll pay tribute to my lady mentor first today. So let's begin with my first mentor. Anyone would like to hazard a guess? Who is my first mentor? Yes, that's a lot. Yes. Okay. So let me first share with you my first mentor, which is Toastmaster Hui. As you know, we wear many hats. She is our Area C5 Club Director. She also was up and coming KBTC Club Advisor. All right. Okay. Believe it or not, Hui was the first person that I met in KBTC Club. She was the one that introduced to me what Toastmaster is, and she explained to me in great details about what a 12 learning path is that Toastmaster has to offer. And later on, I don't know if it faithfully or purposely or coincidentally, she also became my mentor. So then began our relationship as a mentor and mentee. So as I remember, I think she has provide me a lot of guidance, and I'm very supporting. The first day I joined Toastmasters, I always pick her brain, refer to her wisdom whenever I need to deliver my speech. And trust me, she will never disappoint me. Every time I refer to her, I share with her my speech draft. Without fail, she will reply to me within 3 days with a lot of very insightful tips and practical feedbacks on how to improve my speech. For example, you can start from as basic as to limit your words to make sure that you don't speak longer than supposed to, up to the how to have a better speech transitions, and also how to end the conclusion with the impactful notes. So these are two examples that how she has assisted me from the very beginning until now. But this is one of the things that I think I'm grateful about. There's actually another thing that I'm quite appreciative about her, which is her presence. Unfortunately, I didn't see her here today. But I just get to know from Lina, she's flying back from Singapore, right? So what's special about her is that every time I'm doing a speech, she will try to be present, either physically or online, because right after the speech, either the same day or the next day, she will give me another personal feedback besides that what our relation is giving us. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you, Hui, for your support, and also kind guidance up to this stage. So next, I would like to pay my tribute to another lady mentor. Anyone would like to answer a guess? Would it be? Yes. So next person that I would like to put on the spotlight today together with me, my Toastmaster Pia. As you know, I think she's our club president. I think today she's very excited because today is the last meeting that she'll be chairing. Very soon she'll be our immediate club president. Yeah, she's here with us. Okay. As you know, Toastmaster is not just about delivering speeches, giving speech evaluations. There's another very critical aspect which is about leadership. I can say Pia is the epitome of great leaders because I learned a lot of leadership skills from her. Just to give you examples. I think the best example would be my last panel as the last international speech table topic evaluation contest organizing chair. So it's a bit mouthful, it's very long to contest. So indeed, I was greenhorn, I would say a total amateur to events, organizations. I have no experience that, let alone organizing a contest for the club. So I face challenges, especially I'm a very type A personality. I am a very type A person. Even from my speech, you can see that I'm actually, I'm speaking with a type A, the tempo. So normally I chase after deadlines. I think Lina would agree with me. I mean, she worked with me before. So because of type A personality, I think it has its wound as well, pain as well, It makes me very stressed sometimes, especially, most of us are professionals, we have another job, where you have this deadline to meet. So I will always refer to her whenever I face challenges, sometimes I'm stuck, don't know how to proceed. For example, like when the deadline is here, things is not done yet, or for example, like not getting response from role players or participants, I will refer to her to vent my frustration technically and also seek for advice. She always give me very constructive feedbacks, her wisdom. And to share with you, one of the saying that she made that have a deep impact in
personal life is that she always say that quote unquote from her. I mean, I have dramatized in the bit, so that's not 100% correct. So everyone has a blind spot. So you and me are the same. No one is immune to that. No one is immune to mistakes. My role as a president here is to point out why is your blind spot so that you can work on it and become a better leader. So that's something that I'm very appreciative about from the young. So I come to the end of my speech already. I'd like to end by sharing with you a saying from Confucius. You know, Confucius is an ancient Chinese philosopher. So it goes like this. The saying, if the plan is for 1 year, grow grapes. If your plan is for 10 years, grow trees. If your plan or your legacy is for 100 years, educate children. And 100 years, and in Toastmasters, if your plan is for 100 years, embark on a mentorship program and have your own legacy. That's all. Thank you.
That's probably first legacy.
Thank you very much to our last speaker for today, Toastmaster Thailand, for sharing his experience as a protege in Toastmaster's journey. And I have seen a lot of improvement in him. Hopefully, going forward, he can work closely with his mentor assigned to him in Toastmaster, Hui Chi, and do even better, continue to improve himself to be a great person. And now, let us now work for the best prepared speech speaker. So you will need to scan the QR code to vote for the best prepared speech speaker, and we have a total of prepared speech speakers, and I believe it is for everyone. All the speakers are very good, right? Yes. We can scan the QR code. All right, please raise up your hand if you have voted. You. Okay. So with that, let us now move on to the group photo sessions. I like to invite everyone here to come forward. So we'll take a group photos. So for online attendees who is on the line, Fahan, can you help us to take a group photos?
Okay, so can I have everyone here to switch on their camera, please?
I can have everyone.
Gallery. Okay, can don't worry, it's okay. Okay, we have everyone here. Speaker. Wait belum lagi, not yet. How to make it?
Can see you. Yeah. Cannot see you. Wait. Okay, can see you.
Okay. So we do one shot first. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay, we got the first shot. Okay, everyone say my hero, yeah? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
My hero.
Okay. Okay, I think we can end up for the live people. So can I have everyone from Zoom to smile? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's done. Thank you for participating.
I thought it's finished already. Wait, is everyone in?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and I do 1.
So.
The exco, isn't it? You are the incoming exco. Not you. Sorry, what did you say? Not yet. 8:47.
So we see everyone can take.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Hello. MJ, later your screen need to be more lower a bit because your head is close to your mouth. I think your speaker should be fine, right?
Yeah, everything is fine. I just still evaluating. Yeah, typing.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed the nice discussion and then we talk to everyone. So the second, there is no excitement section present. So without further ado, I will hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, sir. So welcome back, everyone. I'm sure those who have delivered your speech just now would like to know how well you have done, right? And what the areas of improvement that you going to do to improve your speech. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to hand control to the General Evaluator of this evening, Presentation Master Level 3, Lawrence Lau. Start over the evaluation. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. I shall now conduct the evaluation section. As mentioned just now, evaluation is the breakfast of champions. So after the speech, you would like to know what the evaluator think about your speech. Anyway, just for your information, evaluation is not like it's just a personal opinion of a person. Okay, so it might not be true or it might not be false. Okay, so just a general opinion person, and if you think that you can take up and learn something from there, that is very good. Okay, for today's evaluation, there are 5 speech evaluators that I will call, and also another 2 evaluation upon evaluation. Okay, that means evaluated another person for the his evaluation. So the first evaluator I would like to call will be PM Banu to evaluate the speech of Joji.
First of all, Joji, I would like to congratulate you for delivering your first ever speech, the icebreaker speech about yourself. I thought your speech was well delivered and well constructed, and you have also injected humor throughout your speech. Very well done. Kudos to you. And I also noticed your speech was loud and clear, and we can easily understand the story about your life. Good job on that. And some areas for improvement, I noticed that you remain still at one place. So probably you can just move around, not so much, but a few steps. And I also noticed that you have hand gestures, but it's quite limited. So when you show, please try to maybe expand it a little. So that is something, some areas for improvement. To summarize again, I think you did a very well done for a first time, speaking with the audience here and injecting humor throughout your speech. It was loud and clear. And some areas to focus on, really maybe try to practice in terms of your hand gestures and also your movement. That's all from me. Thank you again and very well done.
Thank you, Banu, for the evaluation of Georgie. As far as Georgie is concerned, did he manage to break the ice? Did he manage to introduce himself to us? I think after his speech, we get to know him much better, who the person he is. So basically, I think I also like the way you all do the evaluation for after his speech, everybody stand up the standing ovation for the first time speech. Okay, the next, I always must remember about the camera. The next speech evaluator will be PM Angie Chan, who will evaluate the speech of Angie. No, okay, no, Angie, no, 1 minute, sorry. Angie, evaluate Angie Chan. Okay. So, Angie, evaluate Angie Chan.
Thank you. Thank you. So we compare with people, right?
Good evening, GE, Toastmaster, welcome guest. Angie Chan, I have heard you speak many speeches, and I like this speech that today you delivered, which is in line with your research method that you're working with. 3 things that I love about your presentation. Number 1, the slide presentation is clear. You have the contrast combination color, the white background, which is clear. You can see very well when you see it. You educate us well on the diabetic mellitus. You have actually do a research, thorough research on this, and you also have a conclusion of the summary. So well done, Angie Chan, on this. And I like also the way you ask the crowd questions. How many diabetes are there? And then the crowd share with you 3 or 4. So this is really engaging. I like the way you come with this story. You are also able to connect well with the audience. Things that for you to work on, perhaps you might want to consider the slides to simplify it. I find it, slides have a lot of words. For example, you can use some pictogram, HbA1c. Now, most of us are non-scientific here. You can use a picture, perhaps people have used HbA1c, and also the glucosamine. So this is something that for people who are non-scientific to have a better engagement. Vocal variety, something that you can start off. I would like to suggest that to scare people, you give a diabetic mellitus picture with no legs or no eyes. So you scare people with the starting of the story, with the kind of story, and then you can have a do you heard about diabetes? Something happened to whoever it is. These are the vocal variety. For your conclusion, I think it would be good that if you can add your personal story. For example, you have relative or your friends we have seen they have diabetic and what was personal experience. It will be a very impactful closing. I would like to challenge you also to fully utilize the stage here as well. I know it's not easy since you are having a research and moving around, but try to fully utilize the stage as well. This is only my opinion. I hope it helps as well to summarize. Work good story content, research well. Work on to simplify the slides, vocal varieties, and to challenge yourself to utilize the stage as well. And overall, enjoy your speech, Angie, and I look forward for your future speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie, for the detailed evaluation of NG Kang. Basically, I also agree with NG that there is too much wording in the slide. So people tend to read what you present rather than focus on you, because when you have too much wording, people tend to read the slide. So actually, in the speech, you want people to focus on you, not on the slide itself. Okay. So thank you, NG, for the good evaluation. And the next evaluator will be Esther, this DC2, to evaluate on the Banu repair speech. Can I invite? Over to you.
Hello everyone, good evening. So today Banu gave us a speech about her experience and advice about time management practices. So Banu today actually applied the previous evaluation that she received, and I can confidently say that she has truly applied what was pointed out in her previous evaluation. I can see Banu did consistent hand gestures in situations that are appropriate, and parts of her speech where I expected her to do a hand gesture, she delivered. Like when she pointed out some numbers, like she showed 3, and when she listed, she used her fingers to aid her speech. And also she was interactive. She started off the speech with a question to all of us in the audience. Also, not forgetting the ones online. But that is all that she was. So I can confidently say that she applied what was given in her previous evaluation. So for my evaluations that I noticed today is the strong call for action. I really applaud Banu for doing that. She closed off her speech very strong by giving us recommend Banu. If I were to recommend Banu to some pointers that she may choose to take if she wants, is to perhaps work on her pacing to make it more of a variety. I noticed that it was more of a medium to fast speed, and I actually noticed some parts where you could slower down the tempo to really emphasize certain parts of your speech, like pausing for a little while after asking your questions, or even pausing in between when you are listing down, like example, when you were stating how busy you were with university, with projects, debates, and assignments. That's where I can see an opportunity for a slower tempo. One more thing that I would like to point out to Banu, a recommendation, is to perhaps reduce the amount of the spontaneous hand gestures. Noted that you gave consistent hand gestures, but I do notice some repetitive ones, like I guess you were slicing the air and with your fingers. Yeah. It is actually okay if you just put your hands around your waist and just stay still for a few seconds. And that is my recommendations and appraisals towards Banu for her speech today. She truly applied all her evaluations through her interactiveness and her hand gestures. But I do like to recommend to work on the pacing and reducing the spontaneous hand gestures. And that is all for me. And back to you, General Evaluator.
I notice Banu's voice is very loud and clear, and everybody can hear very clearly, and you know where to stress the point. and make us create the attention for us to listen to her more. So for Esther, except for some technical, I think technical sound, sometimes there's a freeze for a while. I think overall the evaluation is also very clear. The next evaluator I would like to call is my dear friend Sivalingam, distinguished Toastmaster, to evaluate Angie Ng, the prepared speech Angie.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and NG, my evaluatee. In this assignment, I'm asked to evaluate a previous job evaluation in speech we did, and I haven't evaluated her. She has actually worked on it quite diligently. And let me just start off first. One thing I'd like to give you a shout out right now, NG, was something you did very well. Very good use of the slide to support your presentation. If you notice, ladies and gentlemen, NG never hardly turned around to the back. He was talking to us, but the slide was changing, and it was very apt. He's talking about money or passion, the heart on one side and money on the other side, if you notice. And then she used it to illustrate the three scenarios: passion, a job with passion and no money, a job with money but no passion, and a balanced one. She did it very aptly. It is running very smoothly. It supported her point, but there were not too many words. She used it to support her speech rather than let it control her. Nicely done. I want to commend her on that. A job well done on that. The other 2 points are related to a previous assignment where I commented that she didn't use proper use of the stage and the structure was not very good. And this time she had very good use of stage, but then you notice she was moving this side and talking on point, and then she was using the right side. She used the center stage, and she even stepped back. If you notice, she had full control of the stage. Very nicely done. Well done indeed. The other part which I liked was the structure. Because I remember now, because she kept my old notes, I was very surprised she didn't throw it away. And I remembered she was using Steve Jobs to anchor the previous speech. Some of you all may remember. And I thought, I was saying it's not NG's speech. And this time, what she did, she used Steve Jobs as a big player to support Steve Jobs. She used Oprah Winfrey, some other person up there, and she created her own speech. What are the scenarios and what should you do? Scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. And she wrapped it up very nicely. If you notice, by the end, she asked, I choose the balance life. What's your choice? Not that very nicely done. There's only one high point of improvement for today, actually, a very minor one. When you ask the question, ask them a question, you should give them time. Because when you are asking a question, you actually try to engage with them to build rapport. So you must give them time. What's your thoughts? Okay. And then what about this option? You are rushing too much. It's like you're asking for the sake of asking. That's the only minor point of improvement. All in all, though, recap, you had very good use of slideshows to enhance and integrate with your presentation. You had very good structure where you created your own story with the 3 scenarios. You use famous people just as supporting actors, and very good closing. The only area for improvement is you should give them time to respond. You ask a question, actually ask a question. Just asking, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, don't just carry on. Good afternoon, wait for a response, then carry on. A round of the job well done, and give a round of applause. Back to the evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Sivalingam, for the detailed evaluation of NG. I think what I can see is Sivalingam make it very clearly. He got the opening, he got the what we take back, and also he summarized his evaluation. So it's a very organized evaluation to say. The next evaluator I would like to call upon was Beyond PI4 to evaluate the evaluation of Banu evaluation speech.
Sorry. So I will evaluate Banu's evaluation speech. Firstly, well done, Banu, for successfully deliver your speech your evaluation speech to Toastmaster Georgie. And this is your very first evaluation speech. Being the first timer evaluator, you have done a very good job in providing effective evaluations to the speaker. And you have done a very good job in two areas. Firstly, you start your evaluation speech in a very respectful and positive manner where you congratulate the speaker on how well he is doing. You start with the strength of the speaker, where the speaker feel encouraged, and this will help the speaker to feel encouraged and motivated to want to do even better in the future. This is very important to start the speech with a very positive feedback to the speaker. And secondly, you have done well in providing summary to the speaker, and this serves as a reminder to remind the speaker again what are the strengths of the speaker and the area that the speaker can improve further to be a good speaker. And moving on to the area of improvement to Banu. Firstly, I like to suggest Banu to mention if the speaker's speech is meeting the speech objective. And this also shows that the evaluator, Banu, he really reviewed the objective of the speaker's speech before evaluate the speaker. For example, Banu, you can say, congratulations, Georgie, for achieving the speech objective by introducing yourself to the club members and also meeting and also have a very nice and well speech structure. Because for Georgie, icebreaker speech is about to introduce yourself to the members and also to have a well-structured speech. And you can give example how well is the speech structure where Georgie separate the speech by introducing himself, start from the name, followed by career, hobby, and etc. All right. And secondly, I recommend Banu to include why you suggest this area of improvement to Georgie. For example, you suggest to Georgie that Georgie can make good use of the stage and not to stand still. And what is the reason that you suggest Georgie to include this in his speech? You may say, I suggest Georgie to make good use of the stage, and you demonstrate to Georgie you can move from left. And the reason is because when you make good use of the stage, it helps you to look more prepared and it helps you to look more confident as a speaker on the stage. And the very important part is we need to be able to demonstrate to the speaker so he can really catch what we are trying to convey to them. And in his next speech, and he will definitely apply your feedback if he understand what you're trying to convey to him. And all in all, you have done a very good job, Banu, and especially on a very positive opening of your evaluation speech. You include summary, and in terms of area of improvement, I suggest you to include why you suggest that recommendations of improvement to the speaker, and also include if the speaker is meeting the speech objective. All right.
Thank you, President Dian, for the detailed evaluation of Banu. Please take note of the timing, okay? Because I saw the red light was on for quite a while, and you are still on and on. Okay, the next evaluator I would like to call upon would be TMMJ, also another evaluation speech of NG to evaluate NG on the evaluation speech as well. So where is TMMJ? Oh,
Yep. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Okay. Yes, I think so. So sorry for everyone, NG and also GE. I was too busy to chat on the agenda, and I thought I was actually going to evaluate on NG Ng's speech instead of her evaluation. So when she's giving her evaluation just now, I was still thinking about her speech. So in that case, right, I'm so sorry that I'm not able to give the evaluation on her evaluation just now. But what I will do is I will look back at the recording after the meeting later, and then I will evaluate on her and will contact her afterwards. I actually do evaluate her speech just now. It's my mistake. Sorry for the mix up. To GE, what would like to evaluate on evaluation just now, like a little bit of sharing.
So anyway, there is no evaluation for entry on the evaluation speech. So somebody have to repeat again, have to repeat the speech again, maybe.
Well, no need lah. I just refer to the recording later, and then I will get in touch with her.
Okay, the next evaluator I would like to call upon will be Yuan EH5 SR2 to evaluate the speech of Tai Long. Like call upon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Helen shared with us his story about him being a protege. So, first of all, congratulations, Helen. You have started your speech with a very good way. So when you start your speech, right? When he started his speech, do you remember what happened? He told us a story straight away. He didn't start with good evening, ladies and gentlemen. He started with stories straight away. He said, 1 year ago, I was standing here doing my first speech ever and getting so nervous, just wanting to faster finish and then go back to sit. So that story that he gave us an image to picture. So when he tells the stories, I can clearly see him 1 year ago. So after that, he fast forward into today, I can also see the picture of it. And that is something very well done. So there is some legacy you can leave for the future people. And then the second thing that I find very well done is when you ask questions and get engagement. You ask questions to get, guess who are my mentors? Again, you ask who's the first mentor? Everybody said very cheap. Oh, you then you acted very nicely. Oh, congratulations, you did so well. So I'm also happy that I guessed correctly. Okay, so that one is the good engagement that you did. And let me tell you the third thing that I really like about this just now, which is very well thought, well efforts in designing his speech. One part where he says, I got two mentors. I will start with ladies first. Ladies first.
Oh, ladies.
Yeah. At that point of time, I was thinking, second one is the male. Who is the male? So I think already, and then when he's about to say the second one, he said, it's also a lady. What? That is a very top speech. It's a very top thing, right? So the three things that I like is first one, you give very good image in your beginning. Second one, you ask guests for engagement. And third one, you're very well taught speech structure. Something that I think you could consider taking to make your speech even better. The main root challenge is to challenge yourself to be more calm. Because first thing is I notice the hand gestures can be more meaningful. There's a lot of hand gestures repeating like this. Okay, which have no meaning. And we do this, I also sometimes do this because they are nervous. Second one is your speech has too much words. So your time need to increase. Okay, your speed of your speech will increase. Okay, and the third one is challenge yourself to structure your speech just like how you begin.
everything is pictures, as if you are looking the stage is like a movie. So we can see how your movies look like. So generally, main challenge is to come down, like what I did just now, breathe in and out. Yeah, so that you will have more meaningful hand gestures, and then you can have lesser words and more pictures. That, thank you.
Thank you, Joanne, for the speech evaluation of Tai Lung. I do agree with Joanne that Tai Lung engaged the audience very well because he always asks people, who is my mentor? So people is in the always want to get who is the mentor. Okay, just the timing, also take note of that. Okay, because in speech contest, once you are timing out, you are out of the game. So take note of that. Okay, now it's time for us to vote for the best evaluation. Best evaluator for the 557 evaluator that we need to vote. Can somebody put the slide up? There are 7 names there for you to vote. Okay, everyone. Okay, so we'll carry on with the next set of evaluation. Just now is a speech evaluator to evaluate the speech of every speaker. The next one will be the technical evaluation. Okay, so the technical evaluation are those who will evaluate on the other technical part of the speech. First person I would like to call will be the language evaluation. There's in other clubs they call grammarian. So I would like to call upon TM Malati to evaluate the language evaluation. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator. I'm going to quickly share my screen. Right. One sec, sorry. Okay. Right. So this is my language evaluation, or you call it as a grammarian report. Right. So the word of the day is legacy, and I have seen that the word has been used 4 times. It was by B Young, Joji, NGN, and also Tai Lung. So well done to those who have actually used the word of the day in today's meeting. And I was not able to get any misused word. However, I was able to detect some sentence structure with room for improvement. So first is I joined Toastmaster is to improve. It should be I joined Toastmaster to without is. Some blood of the patient, it should be some of the patient's blood. You need to monitoring, and it has to be you need to monitor. Just bear in mind that we always tend to make this mistake, but always just remember that whenever you have a to, it has to be followed by a root verb. So that's just a point, take note. And there was no any incorrect pronunciation or overused phrases. Some of the excellent words or phrases that I've picked up will be being grateful for. This is from Joji. Self-discipline is key. This is from Banu. And finding light in the tunnel. This is from NG Ng. Yeah. That's the report for today that I have. Thank you.
The evaluation of language evaluation. The next evaluator I would like to call will be the R counter. It's involved in the so with that, I would like to invite the NB Juan. Come forward.
Hi everyone, I shall now present the counter report. So I will start with Suren. So congrats Suren, just one okay. Bia 2 3N Tasmir, 2R, 7 1 OK. Georgie, 2 So, 4R, 2 2 I, and 5 Yaya. Angie Chan, 10 Banu, 2 You Know, 3R, 3 Angie congrats, just 1 R. Hailun, like 2 like, 2 R, 4 1 OK. Lawrence, 2 R, 1 1 OK. MJ, 2 Manati, 4 Nicholas, 3 also Siva Congress, 0, no touch and no. And then next to Esther, 10 OK. Jen, 1 OK. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you, Yichen, for the art counter. The next will be the timer report from PM Nicholas.
Thank you, G. So now I'll present the timer reports for today. It's a very lengthy one, a lot of figures. So first, we started the meeting at 7:31 p.m. Then we have intermission at 8:42 p.m. And then we resumed the meeting at 8:49. So beyond giving speech at President address, time taken will be 4 minutes, 4.1 minutes. Then Sazmi, the Toastmaster of the day, have taken 12 minutes, 12.1 minutes. Okay. Gamarian Malati have taken 1.35 minutes. R counter Yishen have taken 1.13 minutes. And then for the prepared speech, Jody have taken 5.12 minutes. And then Angie Chan have taken 9.52 minutes. Banu have taken 6.53 minutes. Angie have taken 7.1 minutes. Hailun have taken 7.5 minutes. That's for speakers. And we go for general evaluator. Banu again, the time taken will be 1.2 minutes. Angie 3.1 minutes. Esther 3.4 minutes. Toastmaster Sivalingam 3.1 minutes. Pia 3.5 minutes. MJ 0. Jen 3.5 minutes. That's all for today. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas, for the annual report. Now it's my turn to give the general evaluation. The meeting started off at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Okay, according to my timing. Okay. So it's really on time, very good. And I can see the smooth flow of the meeting from one topic to another. And it's a challenge to conduct hybrid meeting. I think a lot of clubs now cannot afford to conduct hybrid meeting. It's really a challenge because we get to focus on two audience. But anyway, you guys did it very well. And then the strength of this meeting will be, I walk in, I can see nice poster, everything, and also the award, everything there. So it's really that kind of atmosphere is there. The atmosphere environment is very good. And as I walk in, I was welcomed by the president as I enter, okay, because she knows me. Okay, I can see one thing very good about this club, that you start off with the icebreaker to warm up. Because in any exercise, you also need warm up. So in any meeting, also need warm up, which is very good. It's a good learning point. And the aircon ambience are very good. And I'm so glad to see so many speakers, 5 speakers for the meeting, which is very good because in my class, sometimes we couldn't get speaker. So I can see you all really come forward to give a speech. It's very encouraging. And the agenda, when I saw 3 pages, is very detailed. just like I'm going through the PI, all the club. Because if sometimes you ask the Toastmaster, they don't know there are so many pathways. You know. So from here, they can learn that so many pathways to choose from. You know. So from there, I can see, from there I can see the agenda itself is so detailed and something can learn from this agenda of the whole meeting. And then the TME did a very good job to introduce and comment on the speaker after every speech. Even though it's quite a new TME, but can comment on the speaker for every speech. That means there's something to take back for the speaker as well. Okay. As far as the area of improvement, I don't see many. It's just that I would say for the SAA, always talk about the house rule first before we even start meeting, because sometimes when people start talking, the phone start ringing and so on, so it will distract. So the house rule always comes first before you even talk about any other stuff. People start coming up with icebreaker and so on. I feel the house rule should go first. And the slide for the TMP, again, I feel that there's too much writing. It should be point form, and then let the people focus you. So rather than you let people read and then cannot focus on what you want to talk about it. So because humans are like that, they tend to read first rather than focus on you. So when they read finish, they also don't know what to read. It's like that. There's the part of it. And then in the agenda also you mentioned timing light, but I don't see any light, but I see the card. Okay, so if in speed contest they really have the light there, you know? I really like that, not the card anymore, it's the light there for you to see. So to get used to the seeing the light rather than seeing the card, because something to I feel can be considered. Okay, so this is just my personal opinion. Okay, anyway, I enjoyed the meeting. Different kind of format, and I can learn something from this meeting as well. For your information, I'm the first time general evaluator. Just try my best. When somebody asks me, I say just go there. Okay, anyway, it's time for me to sign off. So I hand the floor back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, GE, who come all the way from MIMPJ to give the precise and in-depth information throughout our meeting. Okay, and kudos also to all the evaluators. So many evaluators today. And it's now time to announce the voting result. Okay. But before that, let us put our hands together to all the voting of the voting. And I ask everyone to once again stand up to give a standing ovation. May I now invite Gia to give the yeah. Next. Congratulations to Tailun for completing presentation of training. Pandu will be our next PPPR for this term. Okay. Congratulations, Tailun. Next. Next. Okay, we should also congratulate to Banu. Level 1. Thank you. And next, we have NGO.
Thank you.
Thank you for very proactive in completing your pathway level. And next, okay, the result for best prepared speaker goes to Banu. Congratulations, Banu. And the award for best moderator goes to distinguished Toastmaster Siva.
Thank you.
The last but not least, our token of presentation goes to our DP for today, Lawrence Lau. They were making the gift.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the meeting as much as I have been the Toastmasters of the evening. And with that, I will sign off as your Toastmasters of the evening. And I will now pass over to our President, Liam. Over to you.
Thank you very much to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster strategy, for making this meeting a smooth one. And firstly, I would like to thank our general moderator for today, Lawrence. Thank you for coming. You know, Klang, right, is a area with heavy traffic where a lot of our Toastmasters, they are not willing to come, but today I'm very happy to see you are here all the way from MIMPJ Toastmasters Club. Thank you for coming and making this meeting a good one. And we truly value the feedback that you've given to us for our improvement, and we will take on feedback, and we will review it, and of course, improve our club to better, a very good one. And next, I'd like to also thank all of our role players for today, our external role players, Siva, our internal role players. Without you, this meeting will not happen successfully, and each and every one of us, we will not get the chance to learn and improve ourselves to do better. And today is actually the last for this term. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all the expo for this term. And we can see the expo for this term. All of our expo for this term, they are the heroes KBTC. And I would like to invite our Vice President of Education to come forward to receive appreciation. It's not a lot, it's just 30 you get a young voucher. But of course, their value is priceless. And these are the little things that the club can do to appreciate all the Thank you. And then I like to invite Samir, our Vice President of Public Relations for this term. Thank you, Samir.
Okay.
Then always ensuring the documents are all updated. Here and but not least, I was started at our for today. Toastmaster Thailand, a very important people to the club. Thank you all the expo for this term and a lot of hard work and a lot of contributions from you making every meeting happen. And now I would like to also announce to our members and guests our incoming expo. So these are our incoming expo. So we can see some new faces to the expo team. And I hope this team of expo, they will work together and I believe they will do even better than this term and bring KBTC to another level. And our next meeting will be on 5th of July, officially leading by our new ESCO team. So let's give them a big round of applause. And hope to see everyone again in our next meeting. And before our meeting is urgent, I'd like to invite all the people, especially our people at the physical meeting place to stay. We have our members' birthday celebrations for May and June members' birthday celebration. And for those online, hopefully you can join us physically next time so that we have birthday cake again. With that, I shall now announce that our meeting today is urgent. Thank you, everyone.